You're listening to Scribble Talk, a podcast for bid and proposal professionals. My name is Bhaskar, and with my co-host,
Ashley Case.
We will be sitting down with our industry veterans to share their stories, discuss their career, and learn how to make an impact in the industry. Today's guest is Rupesh Singh. Rupesh is head of BD India in APMP and has been instrumental in driving the lesser-known APMP brand in India to a level where it is now recognized and as a leading industry body. Rupesh has successfully drove 4 times the membership growth and certification numbers while strengthening India bid and proposal management community with the help of the APMP India Governing Board. With MBA in Marketing, academic background, and 11 years of experience, he has worked for Numeric Power Systems Ltd, Autometer Alliance Ltd, Confederation of Indian Industry. He has also been linked in marketing profession by choice because challenges excite him to dish out new ideas to finish the job with Elan. He has been awarded gold medal from then the Vice President, Shri Bhairon Shekhawat for excellence in his class 10th. Wow. He got 3rd rank in National Children's Science Congress for developing a prototype of a fridge to be used in rural areas with no electricity, which is a big thing. Apart from watching and observing people, he's an avid reader and he can actually read up to 600 pages in a short span of time. Welcome, Rupesh, to Scribble Talk. Great to have you with us.
Thank you, Bhaskar, for giving me such an amazing opportunity for this podcast.
Thank you, Rupesh. Thank you. As I was telling just before we went live for the podcast, you were the second APMP executive after Rick Harris to join us. So welcome on board. We had Rick from US and you have from India, so we'll have a balanced view. So nice. So let's go back to the very beginning, Rupesh. Where were you born? And let's talk about your high school and education.
So I was born in a small area called Danapur Cantonment. It's part of Patna, and Patna is the capital of a city. Patna is the capital of Bihar, which is in the northeastern part of India. And then I did my schooling from DAV Public School in Siwan. It's a very small town. And then after completing my class 10th, I moved to EPS Bokaro, again, which is again a different city. Initially it was in Bihar, now it has moved to Jharkhand. And after completing my class 12th, I moved to Calcutta for doing my BB and MBA. And so that's it. This is how I did that. So in class 10th, I have scored, more than 90% marks, and that's how I got this. At that point of time, we were like 1 percentile in entire India. So we got a gold medal from then Vice President Bhairon Shekhawat in New Delhi. And during the class 10th, when you talk about this fridge prototype, so with the help of my science teacher and all, and we developed this prototype, and it was an amazing opportunity to present it before all those people who are into science and technology. So that's it. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. Yes, I did completed my school, but I haven't thought about fridge or anything as it for me.
Yes. This is a very unique and a simple prototype. Currently, in my home, it is currently used as a bookshelf. but again, it's a very simple prototype. You can do it, in fact, in your home as well. So, but again, now, electricity is everywhere, and it was morely for the rural areas. But now, India is currently getting more electricity in the rural areas as well. So it's kind of obsolete now.
Totally, Rupesh. So you have been very curious all your life long, and that's helped you to achieve great prototypes and stuff. So how was it? What was your bachelor's degree before you do your MBA in marketing?
So it was like integrated postgraduate management for me. So I did my BBA and MBA from the same college.
Got it. Nice. So after you complete your studies at Symbiosis, did you went on to do a job immediately?
No, it was not Symbiosis. It's a college name is Wigan.
Oh, got it. So what was your very first job that you took after your studies or even during studies?
So once, the moment I gave the exam, we had like a couple of 3 months of, timing before our final marks were announced or degrees. were supposed to be given. I got a temporary job in a company called Onward E-Services. So they were at that point of time. India has like a state banks. There are like major banks. Then they have a regional rural banks, so which operates in the rural area of India. So I got this opportunity. I mean, it's a unique opportunity which gave me opportunity to travel across India. So my job responsibility was to train these people who are into banking system on the new software. And software was called Finacle, which I think Infosys developed. So my job was to train those people into that particular software. And it was all, I mean, learning on the go. So there was one senior, and then he was supposed to learn from whatever he was doing. And within I think close to 1 month time, I was leading the entire team. So for next 3 months, I visited. I mean, I have been to Gujarat, then UP, Rajasthan, and again back to Calcutta, New Delhi. And this gave me enough opportunity to see how these things function, right? How this banking function in the rural areas of India, what are their challenges, and what kind of, products are sold there. So all those stuff, right? And it was, great to, mingle with these people. I mean, it was a great opportunity for me to see those parts where in my lifetime I would not have gone there, right? So so for those 3 months, and then after that I got opportunity. So when I came back to Calcutta after finishing all these 3 months assignment, and then when our certificates and everything were given, I got a job opportunity in Numeric Power Systems Ltd. Now it's currently a part of Legrand. And so this company, Numeric Power System, is basically into manufacturing of UPS, solar inverter. UPS is basically uninterrupted power supply. So I'm talking about UPS of like say 200, 100, and 300 kV, mostly of industrial, used in industrial or factory, something like that. So and so when I joined Numeric Power Systems, so I was given an opportunity to work in Calcutta. So I did a lot of cold calling. I mean, I'll give you, a hilarious situation. So I was initially given to do a cold calling, right? So there are like buildings which is like say 20 stories. So what I'll do, I'll go to the top 20 floor, and then I'll knock every single door of the company, asking that, do you require any UPS, or maybe smaller UPS or bigger UPS? And what happened that I think I was on like 5th or 6th floor. I knocked to the door. I knocked the door, and the lady came in and said, lady was asking like, what are you selling? I said, I am selling UPS. So just tell me, do you have any requirement, or maybe not now, maybe after some time, something like that. So suddenly she called her boss. So boss came in and asked me that, do you know like what our company does? I said, no sir, I don't know. I'm on a cold calling spree. I am just looking at like, just checking like whether there is a UPS requirement or not. He said that we are your competitors. And I said, I don't know, sir. I don't know what your company, and I never heard about you. Say that we are there, but we are mostly into factories and in heavy industries, not into the. Where the requirement is not that much of heavy requirement is there. So I came back to my office around like 6 or 6:30, something like that. My regional manager called me and he said that that person called me up, and he said that what kind of person you have had, that he came and he knocked my door and he was selling your UPS to my company. But again, after that, my regional manager told me that at least you have got the courage to knock on any door, and you have that mindset that you don't feel shy, that you cannot knock on any door, something like that. But from that point of time, one thing I understood, one thing I learned, that from next time onwards, I started doing research on the companies. I started doing research on where I'm going, whether I'll get my clientele, or whether I will be able to sell my, whatever product I'm talking about, whether I will sell my product, or wherever I also started learning like to whom to talk. Who is the right person to whom I can talk and understand all those nitty gritty of a product, whether they have a requirement or not.
Wow, that's a very good lesson.
Yes.
Like, yeah, totally. I think what you do, what you got exposed to there, knocking every single supplier's door, is what our industry does, which is normally we bid anything and everything that lands in our inbox
Yes.
without even considering whether we have we know the customer, we know the competition, or what we call the capture, etc. But I think most companies tend to have a robust system in place. But that's a very live example of how you brought things to with clear example there, Rupesh. How long were you there with that company, and how was the move to CII from there?
Yeah, so I was there for almost 2 years. Then I moved to another company called Autometer Alliance Ltd. So that company is based out of Delhi, and they are also into manufacturing and marketing of online UPS. So there I got an excellent opportunity to market UPS and other stuff related to factories, and related to UPS thing. I got an opportunity to market in New Delhi and adjoining areas like Panipat, Haryana, up to Himachal Pradesh, and there got excellent learning opportunity, because in my first company where I was doing cold calling, and I was like, you have put me into the fire. I was so here what I learned from my past experience, I was using it, right. So and this was the first time when I started learning about this bid, tender, and everything, how to host your competitor, and what kind of information you need, all those stuff, right? And after Autometer Alliance Limited, I got an opportunity to move to CII, and initially I was based out of Lucknow, which is a capital for UP, and there I got an excellent opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity where I was working. So CII, for the people who do not know, CII is called Confederation of Indian Industry, and it's a Southeast Asia. It is the largest non-for-profit association. So people from all across industry become members, right? And there I got opportunity to increase membership, and I got an opportunity to work with the bureaucrats for public policy. Then I got the opportunity to work with PR firms, and I started doing PR marketing. What kind of ad need to go, what kind of press release need to go, and then obviously events, seminar, conferences. So that was my regular job. Yeah.
Perfect. So CII, how was it working for a company to working for one of the largest not-for-profit organization in Asia?
It's entirely opposite. End of any spectrum. I'll say that working with the CII is a very different ball of game as compared to any for-profit company. So people know about CII, right? And then it becomes easy for you to. Obviously we were supposed to sell and market our products, because I was into IGBC, Indian Green Building Council. So you might have heard of USGBC, US Green Building Council. So similarly, we have an India Green Building Council as well. So my job was to promote sustainable building. So we our main stakeholders were architect, consultant, developer, builders, manufacturers, and obviously government departments. So, but CII gave me a platform to rise and talk to these people. It gave me enough freedom. So I can move into any government department and say, hey, I'm from CII. We need to discuss this. These are the certain policies we want to implement, because it's for the greater good. This is how it will change the scene of your state, something like that. And people were so receptive. They say that please come and sit, let's talk. What kind of initiative we need to be taken? And government has been so helpful. They have been taking so many cities. So I was, apart from UP, I was also looking at Rajasthan area, New Delhi area, and Punjab area. So I was almost part of northern area where I was.
Perfect. So at what point did you join APMP India, and how is your journey so far, Rupesh?
So what happened that I received a mail from one of the recruitment consultant which KK Krishna Kumar here has had. So we fixed up a meeting, and then I still remember that KK called me up and told me that, hey, APMP is going to start a new chapter in India, which we will call APMP India. We have not yet established, we have not yet formed a company in India, but we want you. And if you come to APMP India, then you must understand that you work as an entrepreneur. So from printing a paper to bring your own coffee, or I mean, you will be doing your own. I mean, we'll be there to support you, but whatever you do, you have to do it on your own. Understand that this is your company and grow it. Like your own company. Understand that you are an entrepreneur, and that's the excited message. I'll immediately join. And then KK said that, do you have any question? So I had almost prepared almost like 10 or 20 questions, something like that. And our call was supposed to be not more than 15 minutes. We went for 1.5 hours, and the next day he said that, Rupesh, this is your date. I mean, I'm sending you a joining letter. Do join us, and that's how I shifted from New Delhi to Pune. And it has been an exciting journey from 2018. And in fact, I completed my 3 years yesterday in APMP. So it has been an exciting journey.
Got it. Definitely. And let's just talk about the APMP India membership and the journey. When was the exact year that you started, Rupesh? And so far, is it true that APMP India is now the 4th largest chapter in the world?
Yes, I presume so. India has now, I mean, as far as I know, it has become the 4th largest chapter across the world. And we started with like 139 or 140 members when I joined. We were like, so I mean, before KK formally formed this APMP India, it was also, I mean, before 3 or 4 years back, someone had already established, right? But it didn't took off that much. People were not, I mean, due to their also, I mean, due to their on very hectic schedule, they might have not pushed APMP India that much. But when I joined APMP India, so my only target was to push it so far. I mean, I took it like let grow it from here, right? And for me as well, I mean, even if you talk to any other, I mean, in India who is not from bid and proposal management, and ask me that, you know, there is an association who works for bid and proposal management. He will like, what? And is there any association? In fact, when I went back to my previous company, that let's do some kind of program, and they were like, we never knew that there could be an association who's talking about bid and proposal management. Then we started approaching other association as well, and they were all amazed that there could be such an association, right? And from 2018 till 21, we have grown like almost 4x times, and we have so many. From a corporate member, be it individual member, and certification has also grown I think 4x times, right? So people are now, and in fact, I will tell you, an interesting thing. Right, these days I receive a call asking for my advice that shall we go for, I want to go for a foundation certification. So I asked them, why you want to go for a foundation certification? They say that I have given an interview and I was not selected because the HR asked me to have an APMP certification. In fact, if you go on LinkedIn, companies have now started for asking for APMP certification. So that give us confidence that yes, now APMP India will not HR, and people are asking for foundation certification, and this is how we will push our APMP India.
Definitely. I think bringing the certification as a standard in recruitment, and it's a value-added things people perceive. It's amazing, Rupesh. Definitely, I think that's a major success. But part of the memberships and certifications was also the inaugural CVPM that was conducted last year, and now there is a much bigger plans of having a BPC Asia. So please share us your thoughts or any updates on that.
Yes, when I joined in 2018, I asked KK that let's do a conference for APMP India. So initially, he was not ready. I know for sure, like, I mean, what were all those inhibition, because we are not, in terms of our numbers, membership number, we are not that much of strong. But when our current governing board came in, so like Abhijit, Sam, Abhilasa, Sankar, Sanjay, Sampada, Sudhir, and we sat and we thought that let's do this CBPM, because this is how we are going, because anyway we were like a 2.5 year old, so this was the right time when we could do CBPM. And so initially we thought that we'll book a venue, not for more than 80 people or something like that. And in 28 days we got 150 participants, and in fact we had to close the uh, uh, registration. Reason being, we were not having enough space in that particular venue, and that was amazing. I mean, in fact, Bhaskar, you were also there, and you were also there on the jury panel for selecting the award. You, Sandeep Dati were all there, and you have seen that. I mean, it was amazing, amazing conference. In fact, I'll also tell you that if you see the participant who came in for that CBPM, they still have not removed their CBPM photographs from their WhatsApp or from the LinkedIn. And I still get a I mean, call on regular basis when you are going to do next conference. We are excited. We want to come. We want to network. We want to learn and all those stuff. And that feels very amazing, right? And apart from this, regarding this BPC Asia, I have been asking from Rick for so long that please bring BPC Asia. Now, when he felt very confident that we can do BPC Asia, now we have announced it's going to be in September. Hopefully, but if by that time there is no COVID or something like that, I hopefully India will be free of that. So we'll have a 2-day conference, and that will be a benchmark for, a benchmark for the industry. I mean, it will be amazing learning session, amazing. We have so many plans for BPC Asia, and it will be built in the due course of time.
Brilliant, Rupesh. Totally. I think, for me to travel just for a day to come to India, just to be part of that, was really amazing. We have built up a very strong, vibrant community in India. Yeah. And that was very, very evident when I was there at the CBPM and with all the activities that's happening in our own, APMP India, LinkedIn community, and also the other wider WhatsApp channels and others that we have. Yeah. BPC Asia definitely will be a big success, because when the Bitcoin was the only global conference that was happening, it was always a huge travel expense for everybody to cross, again, for us to cross the Atlantic to get there. But for India is to cross 2 different oceans, 3 different continents to get there. But I think this gives them an opportunity to experience BPC in their own local arena. So definitely I'll be looking forward to that. And I'm glad that the APMP is also taking a much more wider, global, diverse, inclusive approach here to make everybody accommodative, not being a US centric, but also maybe slightly moving wider and say, hey, there is a BPC Europe, BPC Asia, and then BPC, the traditional BPC. Now with the wider digital marketing conference, capture conference, and they are also moving on to tap into different pools of resources to be part of APMP as well. I think it's exciting times ahead. Perfect, Rupesh. Rupesh, we talked a lot about your career and the APMP. Before I hand over to Ashley, tell us 3 things not many people know about you.
So I like to watch and observe people, and even if you can also do that. I mean, just sit in the corner and watch how people behave, how they talk, and it gives you insight into the psyche of the people, right? So that's one. And second would be, like, obviously already you are there. I'm an avid reader, right? So I can grab any book unless until it's not. If it's interesting, I grab a book and finish in like a 1 go. And I have but I am also very, interested into startups and all. So I keep on, because so many people would not know that in Pune, with 3 more colleagues, 3 more professionals from other industries, we started a LinkedIn Local Pune program. So wherein people people who are part, say you and me who are using LinkedIn. So we started this LinkedIn local Pune program. So people from all industry will come, and then we'll bring in a few of the speakers from this industry. And it was like a 2 or 3 hours event, and it has been an amazing journey. In 2020 we didn't do anything, but before that for a year we close to met around more than 1,500 people through this LinkedIn local program. So I like those kind of, I love meeting and interacting with these people through this kind of platforms.
Got it. It looks like you are a very sociable person and networking.
No. So I'm not that much of social. I'm a very shy. So even if like 100 of people, I'll sit in a corner. I'll do my stuff and sit in the corner, and again absorbing the people like what they are doing.
Certainly, that's how we call networking in our industry. We will join all the networking, but we talk to the same people all the time.
Yes.
That's brilliant. So I'll just leave you in Ashley's safe hands. Thanks for today. Thanks for all your inputs, Rupesh. Good luck with BPC Asia and everything that you do for the Indian. Thank you.
Thank you, Baachu.
Wow. So hearing about your career has been super exciting. We want to delve a little bit more into the personal side of you. You mentioned that you love reading and you're an avid reader and can read super fast. Do you have any other hobbies and interests that you use to fill your free time?
I love watching movies. So not really the movies I'm talking about, which we currently releasing or something like that. I'll probably watch movies from 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, because those were the times when the stories were so good, and acting and all those stuff. So I love watching those movies. So that doesn't mean that I'll not watch a certain language movie. It has to be connecting with me. So whenever I watch me, I'll really not remember the name of the character, something like that, because I am so engrossed in watching those movies. I feel like I am the one who is performing all those accents or sequences or whatever. So I love those movies.
So do you have a favorite movie from that older time era?
I'll probably say Rashomon, or maybe Alfred Hitchcock Rope. There are many more. In fact, when I watched, I really love those movies, Mississippi Burning, and there are so many more. In fact, I'll in my there is one hard drive of 1 TB, so close to almost like 700 GB. It's all movies and songs.
Wow.
Yes.
So you said songs also. So do you also enjoy listening to music?
Yes. So I have, let's say I have a huge collection of songs. So mostly it's old Hindi movies, and a few of the English albums from, say, Scorpion, Linkin Park. I love listening to Linkin Park because of the sound and everything. And
yeah.
So I may or may not remember the exact words, but when I'm listening to the songs,
they have a unique beat and sound to them.
Yes.
I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
So in terms of reading, what are you reading right now? What books do you have on your nightstand?
Currently, probably I'll have a foundation study guide with me. Yes. So, but it depends upon my timing. So recently I finished a Dan Brown book called Origin. And then before that, so currently I'm reading this Barack Obama's book, A Promise to a New World, or something like that. I just forget the book.
No worries at all.
Yeah.
So what trait do you like most about yourself?
I'm a happy-go person, right? I really will not bother about. Yeah. I'll say I'm just a happy-go-lucky person. I'll don't do. Get into too much of stuff, right? And just do your own work, right? And move forward. There's no point of looking back, right?
Absolutely, such a great trait.
Yeah.
So what random stranger has had the biggest impact on your life?
I meet so many people, right? I meet so many people, and they impact me in so many ways, right? So taking a single name would be a difficult one. It's very difficult for me to bring out a single line because I meet so many people, right? In fact, let's say if I'm traveling and I'm in a taxi, maybe probably strike a conversation with the taxi driver and ask him like what is happening in his life, and probably I'll get impacted by him. So I mean, I cannot bring up a single person name like how I got impacted with him, but there are so many. I mean, so many. Be it Bhaskar as well.
Yeah, definitely sounds like, even though you claim to be shy and not sociable, you spark up conversations with strangers and,
Yes.
everybody kind of impacts you.
So I'm shy in the group of people. So I'll do my stuff. I'll speak to some people, then I'll sit back and watch these people. But let's suppose if I'm traveling, then I'll probably strike a conversation, understand like what is happening in, I mean, what he does and what all the stuff. Maybe strike a conversation or some topic and something like that. And then I'll step back and then really analyze in my own mind and see what is happening, all this stuff. I think. So I mean, from a stranger point, I mean, although Rick Harris is my employer, I mean, he's my boss, but I get so much of learning from me, even if from KK, from Abhijit, Sanjay. I mean, all those, I mean, learnings are there, right? I mean, we have not, I mean, we do not meet on so much of time, but so much time, but I get a learning from you, from all these people.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. So what is the naughtiest thing you have done in school?
No, I was the most well-behaved boy in my class. So what happened in our class? So when I was in class 10, so we have two sections, section A and section B. So section A was always called the well-behaved section of our class, and section B was the most naughtiest one. So we were like studious people who will just come to the school, study, grab good marks, and be back at home, something like that. Even if when I doing my class 12th or maybe BBA and MBA, everywhere. I mean, I've never. I mean, no one would complain about me that I have done something bad or naughty something. You would never listen to it. And sometimes I also feel very bad that I didn't do any of those stuff.
Yeah, that's the time when you're supposed to do those things because it doesn't matter as much, right? So what is something that you have of sentimental value?
I think I was 5 or 6 years old. So, so in India there is a festival called Dasahara. So it's of almost like 9 or 10 days. So we were out for visiting. So India we call it pandals, and probably you call it a stall. So we are in the idol of Durga Ma or in the goddesses would be, and then there will so many stalls would be there, and where several products would be sold, something like that. So I asked my father that I need some kind of gift. I need to buy something. So father bought me a piggy bank, small piggy bank. That's a very unique piggy bank. So you can it's a size of, it's more like a football, and you can open it up. I mean, I cannot explain it right away. But whatever. So I have this piggy bank from that day, still in my still with me, and I collect coins. So I have like I mean a avid collector of coins. So I collect the coins where you have such I mean some engravings, right? So in India, what happens that every year they will bring out some coins with let's say face of our Mahatma Gandhi, which is the father of nation, then other eminent personalities, something like that. Or maybe I'll get a coin from my friend who went to foreign something. I put that coin into that piggy bank, and it's still with me. So so that's very sentimental value to me. Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So what is the most amazing true story that you've heard?
I'll probably say my grandfather fought who are part of Indian National Army, and he fought 3 wars, almost 3 wars in 1965, 1971 with Pakistan. and he'll come back and he'll say that, there was a time that this bullet will pass just closer to my ear, and I'm still here, right? Many of my friends died, and he talk about all those experience from the battlefield and how he survived. So that's the truly amazing story I heard from my grandfather. In fact, he's more like 85 years old, and in fact, he still remember all those stuff. He talk about the battlefield guns, how he survived, what kind of ration he used, and all this stuff. So I mean, that's a truly amazing story. Whenever this is my favorite pastime as well. So whenever I meet my grandfather, I just sat beside him and asked him, what happened on that day? And he will just keep on going, keep on going. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, such wonderful memories, I'm sure. So, if you could meet anyone from history, who would you meet and why?
Probably Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So he's an eminent personality from India, a freedom fighter who, after independence from Britishers, he united entire India. So he's also called a Iron Master, right? So probably I need, because I'm a more of a sentimental guy, so probably I'll become a more of that person who do things with a very I mean much more clarity with the iron and something like that. So which I cannot do that. So probably I'll try and become a Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
Would you rather lose the ability to read or the ability to speak?
Who's the ability to read? Because I love talking to people, right? I love talking to people. So I actually not miss that. In fact, I mean, that's the another way of learning. I mean, probably I'll ask the other person to narrate a story or maybe just read a book. I'll listen to it. So,
yeah, I like that logic. If you could visit any place in the world, where would you choose to go and why?
Currently on my mind is going to Coimbatore, where we have it's a very great place established by Sadhguru. So I just wanted to understand. I mean, I feel the spiritual vibe or something like that. So that's on my current list. But if you talk about my future, probably Miami Beach or probably Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah. These two places.
Great places.
Yeah.
What is the one food you could never bring yourself to eat?
I'm not that fussy type. So you give me any kind of food, I like eat that up. In fact, my mom says that I mean you are the best children she has because she can give me any kind of food. I'll say fine. I mean I'll not see anything, right? I mean not like my brother and sister will start saying that we are not wanting to eat this food. Why you made those? So I'm not that kind of person. Give me any kind of food I like.
Yeah, that's great. And that's, you know, parents really love that, right? Not to have a picky eater.
Yes. So I'm not that kind of picky. Yes.
So you mentioned a few individuals previously, but who are the people who have been the most influential in your life and your career?
Obviously my mom and dad, because my father has been a very hardworking person. I have seen that because although he has been in a government department, but I mean, I've seen him the kind of responsibility he has been taken and how he has cared for us. How I mean, I remember there was a point where I mean, if you are in starting in a government job in India, so your initial salary would not be of that much. So, but he never told us that you will not have this or you will not have that. He said that whatever you ask, I'll give it to you, right? So that's how my father brought us, and in fact, my mom has been like almost like. And in fact, it's an interesting thing. My mom got the job at the age of 42 or 43, something like that, and she loves teaching. She loves teaching. So there was some. So she said that once you're all grown up, once you're all working, I'll take up the teaching job. and she spent so much of time in time in teaching all those kids and all, and the passion she brings in the teaching. So I always learn from that. So it's amazing for so my mom would be like almost like 53 or 50, I mean 54, 55 years old, and she still has a passion to teach all these people. So she influenced me a lot in terms of like how uh, uh, passion could bring a change in your life, and you should not. There's no age where you cannot follow your passion, right? So mom and dad have been much influence on.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like they are amazing people.
Yeah.
What have you observed lately that reminded you that people are good?
So one of my friend, her name is Preeti. She also reside in Pune. So she called me around a few days back, asking me that hey, there is one lady, something has happened to us. How we can help her? I said, I don't know that person. You don't. You only met that person. Day or 2 days before, and you are asking to help that person, right? No, but I feel that it's a very sad story. We need to do something like that. I said, fine. Let's go and talk to that person and what kind of help that person requires. Let's do that, right? So that's it. That's how I feel. People are good. People are good, and then you have to look it from a different point of view. And all people are good. It's all depend upon the timing or situation. So people might behave weirdly at point of time, but all people are good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So who is the kindest person that you know?
This person again I talk about the Preeti. She's the kindest person you know. In fact, one of my friend I'll call the Tirthankar. He also worked with APMP India as a digital marketing guy. You call him up and if you're a friend, call him up, say, hey Tirthankar, I need this and that. He'll make sure that that thing gets done. If that thing is in his purview, if he could do that, he'll do that. So I know. Again, another friend like Subhas is also there. So these are like and the friends I have, like very close friends, and I'll call them up in the middle of the night, say, hey, I have this problem and that problem, and if that's in their purview, they'll do it. They'll finish it. So I'm lucky to have these people in my group.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They sound like great people to have in your life.
Yeah.
So looking back, what is one thing you wish you had known when you began your career?
I'll say probably networking and communication is the key. Yeah, so this is the key. To succeed in whatever career, whatever profession you are. If you are doing, if you have a good network of people and you can communicate well, then you can excel in any of the careers.
Oh, absolutely. And such a great thing to remind those listening, particularly those early in their careers, right? So over the years, what is the best piece of advice that you've received and who gave it to you?
I received it from KK. KK told me that Krishna Kumari, part of APMP India. He told me that if you're doing some work, then probably I know you will go for the best. But in all those process, even if that work is good, go ahead and do that. Do not wait for that. It will become a best at some point of time. Even if it's good, go ahead and do it. Do not become so perfectionist in doing the job that you lose the entire essence of the work. So even if it's good, go ahead and do it.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Such great advice.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing hearing about all the things that you've accomplished and everything you're doing with APMP and APMP India. We're curious, what's next for you? What are you looking forward to in the future?
Probably making APMP India the largest chapter in the entire world. That's my future goal.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
So is there anything in your life and career that we didn't touch upon today that you had hoped to share with the listeners?
Nothing as such. Nothing as such.
Well, we'd like to thank you so much for your time today. It's really been a privilege to have you with us at Scribble Talk. We wish you all the good health and happiness. Please do continue to inspire the bid and proposal industry colleagues around you and everyone else in your life. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you.
To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Please visit baachuscribble.com/podcast to listen to this episode and check out any of our other previously recorded episodes. If you've enjoyed today's interview, don't forget to subscribe, review, and share the Scribble Talk podcast. We hope you'll check out our next episode where we interview another industry expert and special guest. Until then, it's Ashley Kays,
Bhaskar Sundram,
signing off.